So let's take this breakdown. Hey, we're hunting elk this weekend. We've got Mark Cochran and his dad, Steve Cochran. Mark drew a tag this year. Mark's from Nightforce. He handles all the scopes that we end up putting on our rifle systems. So does our G7 line for us. We're pretty excited. This is our favorite spot. We're showing him the Holy Grail spot. It's been good for an opening day success the last 2 times we've been up here. And I actually drew a tag, so we're gonna let him shoot first, and then we're gonna go look for a really big bull. What do you think?
Yeah, says it all about you guys.
Yeah. We stopped on the way up here and we shot at a big vital zone size rock, and Mark clipped the top of it, holding about 2 minutes of wind. So the gun's on. We've shot it a few times this week, just making sure that cold bore shot's good. We just got to get up there, see if we can get on our perch, see some elk tonight, get on her tomorrow.
Hopefully we see some.
Hey, we made it up. We got light to spare. Probably all bad. It's 45 minutes till dark. Mark, he couldn't stand it. He had to walk over to the edge. Hey, we've seen sheep at least. No elk. That's no big deal.
Potentially a muley buck down the hill here.
Last year we didn't really start seeing any elk until right before dark. We were getting worried about no animals out here, thinking maybe we were gonna get skunked, but Mark just spotted up a nice bighorn down here. But that kind of gives us a little better feeling about animals being in here anyways.
Yeah.
We still got 20 minutes left. We're gonna stick it out till dark and go back and cook some dinner up. It's like 600-700 yards. What do you think? Not quite 330.
He's got a busted maybe on the right side.
Dang it.
Right after his dagger.
Right after the 4th?
Yeah. That's something. Look at it.
Move over to the next ridge over, see down into some of those cuts, and maybe we can see the backside, see if those hunters will push any elk up to us.
These guys build me up about their secret honey hole. I think we've seen 15 guys and about 8 horses.
Well, I think that's like the second batch of horse hunters just right below us. And it's got to be, let's see, we got a set over there, we got a pair of guys hunting down there, and then we got a whole bunch of guys over there. Our little secret spot turned out to be not quite so secret this year. So I think what we're going to do is pack up our camp and head out and see if we can't go to our backup spot and hope that all the guys that usually hunt over there are actually hunting over here this year. Barrel cleaning and the proper state of maintenance to ensure the best accuracy possible is a topic that is very controversial. You take industry leaders, experts, guys that are professionals and use rifles and cleaning equipment on a daily basis, and you're going to find differences of opinion about the proper techniques and equipment that is required to maintain the correct condition of your barrel. Now, the reason why this is so controversial and it's so difficult to determine the proper methods is because what makes a rifle accurate is a subject that is not understood very well. We do know that we have to have a true action that's fairly straight. We do know that we have to have some proper bedding around the recoil lug and the action area. And those two things are important, and they contribute to accuracy and consistency. And most rifle builders or manufacturers realize that the barrel is the key component to an accurate rifle. The barrel has more effect on a rifle's performance and accuracy and behavior than any other part of a rifle system. But even barrel manufacturers, guys that cut holes in tubes all day long and even shoot competitively, even those guys are going to disagree about the best techniques to clean a barrel or even to make a barrel. They do it different. A lot of them do it significantly different. So we've got this big disagreement and this big, I'm not going to say misunderstanding, but some misconceptions about what's required. But one thing that everybody will agree on is that we have performance metrics that we're looking for. Everybody wants a rifle that is accurate, that shoots small groups. Now, most people aren't into the tune on this. Professional shooters get it, but we really want a rifle that has cold bore shot performance that puts a clean shot or a fouled shot into that same group. Now, that's a significant thing for a rifle. Now, an additional metric that we need to judge rifles by is how many shots we can put into that group. So we want the longest shot string possible that gives us that exceptional performance. And so we can agree on that. But the techniques and the equipment, we're going to have some disagreement on. Now, one thing that we can do is start at the basics and try to understand the mechanism of fouling a rifle. The powder fouling, carbon deposits, the copper fouling, how does that happen? And if we can understand how that happens, and we can identify a state of the bore condition, a state of cleanliness that gives us the type of performance we're looking for, then we're going to be on the road to figuring out what type of techniques and equipment will allow us to reach that state of condition.
The act of firing a rifle by striking the primer, burning powder, and swaging a bullet down the barrel will leave trace elements of the cartridge components. The main elements of fouling are bullet jacket material, which is usually copper, brass, and bronze, the residues from primer ignition and powder burn, also graphite from coatings on the powder, and any unburnt particles of powder. The copper or gilding metal bullet is forced into the rifling of the barrel, deforming the bullet jacket. As the bullet passes down the bore, it is accelerated axially by the expanding gases from the powder burning, and rotationally by the rifling of the barrel spinning the bullet. These very high-stress contacts between the barrel and bullet at the initial engraving on the lands, through the rotational acceleration on the leading edge of the rifling, and the bearing surface on top of the rifling, strip small amounts of copper from the bullet and deposit on the barrel steel. Depending on the surface condition of the barrel, the initial copper deposits in the throat of the barrel and additional particles of the bullet jacket created during the swaging process are vaporized by the passing hot gases and deposited further down the bore as the gases cool and the copper comes out of suspension. The primer ignites the powder, which burns subsonically by thermal conductivity. Though the bulk of the gases are consumed and expelled, some particles of unburnt powder will remain, as well as the dry coating lubricants added to powder to make it flow easily and measure consistently. These trace elements remaining from the primer and powder are called powder fouling. The powder fouling is generally heavier at the chamber end of the barrel, near the main combustion of the powder, and decreases as you reach the muzzle end of the barrel. Over time, this hard carbon layer will build up, causing a significant change in bore dimensions, just forward of the throat. This restriction is referred to as a carbon ring and will cause changes in pressure, velocity, and accuracy.
Let's see, I think 12 hours ago we were about 15 miles as the crow flies on top of a whole different mountain. We came out, we went and had a big cheeseburger. We picked up Harley. She's our Team B player. She's killed a bull up here before when she was 12. We've got 2 bulls that just come out here on this face. They're just a little raghorn, maybe a spike. And we're just kind of checking these faces, taking a breather, because it was a long pull in here. It was 2+ hours. And our packs are heavy and everybody's wore out from all the hiking the last 2 days.
He's got a little curlicue hanging down over his eye.
He's a little different. Nobody wants to hang out with him.
Take a break from the camera for a minute. All that good footage you've been seeing, that's me getting it out. Oh man, just when we were about ready to take this bull over here, 400 yards. We had a frontal on him waiting for him to turn broadside. And when he did, he just went right over the ridge, never gave us a shot at all. So. Well, the bull we just about got never came back out. We hear some bugling here across the canyon. We're gonna move over to this little knoll over here and see if we can't get close to these guys. Maybe they'll come out one of these openings and give us a shot.
It's 800 right there. He's going to step out.
Get up on one.
Hey, we've been driving around most of the day trying to find a shot presentation just like this. We found this canyon. We've got some sheer drop-offs on each side of it. It's not very wide. It's only about 350 yards wide, but to the opposite bottom, we've got about a 42-degree angle. So we've got a really steep incline here. We're right out on the edge. The wind's howling. I'm peeking over, and frankly, I'm getting butterflies just thinking about going down to the bottom of that thing. What we want to do is show you how well this rangefinder works in this type of situation. A lot of other rangefinders that claim they can compensate for angle, all you're doing is trying to match up your ballistics with some preset programs in there. What our BR2 rangefinder allows you to do is enter your own ballistics, your muzzle velocity, your ballistic coefficient, and if you're running a ballistic turret, your temperature and altitude of that turret. What it's going to do is give you a calculated firing solution in real time for that incline. So if I range this rock right here, it is 356 yards down to this rock. Now it's going to give me that line of sight range, which is 356. About a second later, it gives me my shoot to range, or what I should actually dial my turret to for that shot. In this case, it's telling me I need to dial for 240 yards. So 356 minus 240, I mean, we're over 100 yards difference in our shoot to range, which is gonna make a big deal, a big difference on this type of shot. Now, if that was a 180-inch desert ram down there, or a 200-inch mule deer, the last thing we wanna do is shoot over the top of it. So use the BR2, plug in your ballistics, range it, dial to what distance it tells you to, take the shot. And that's what we're gonna do. We get down on this rifle. Man, this is spooky up there. I don't like it. I'm gonna get over this edge and get ready for a shot. I don't have a lot for rear support. You know, it's only 350 yards. I'll get as stable as I can and we'll take this shot. Perfect, perfect. Rangefinder told me to dial 100 yards less than what the actual line of sight range was. That's just about a 3-4 inch rock there at 350 yards. That BR2 rangefinder is so cool because it's going to tell you exactly what to dial to. There's no more missing. There's no more shooting over the top of stuff. No more shooting below it. I think what I want to do is just dial up to that line of sight range. Let's take one more shot and see how far off we'd be if we didn't have that angle compensating technology. Looked like my point of impact was about 2 minutes high. That's what it says on my dial anyway too. So 2 minutes high at 350 yards. I mean, we're 6-7 inches high. I mean, if you were shooting a ram or a mule deer, you could have easily missed over the top of him. That's a tough shot.
It's 800 right there. He's gonna step out.
He's still there. Take your time.
Ooh. You need to hold 2 minutes to the left.
Am I hitting him?
Yep.
Hold a minute to the left.
No, I can't find him.
Minute to the left and hold mid body.
He's still there.
Minute to the left. It's getting shaky.
There
He fell down.
Oh,
You
got
buddy.
Good job.
Like, no way, I wasn't even hitting him. Just staying
No, you put 2 through him there, but that second shot was maybe just a minute and a half too far right.
Yeah?
But he soaked it up and it killed him. Good.
I didn't think he was, until he kind of humped.
Yeah,
Good job, buddy.
yeah. That wind kept coming up and down.
Man, I held it good.
420.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, way to go, man.
Sweet.
Good looking bull.
He is good looking bull.
It's 5:15. We've got camp packed up. We're gonna trail back out along that ridge where we tipped that elk over, bail off the end, dump our camps, take empty bags up, get that elk, and see if we can't make a good run at getting him out before it's dark.
Here we are, man. What'd it take us, about 2 hours?
It's 6:37. 2 hours, man.
2 hours to get over here. Well, we packed up camp, packed it down the bottom of the draw, left camp, hiked up the hill here. It wasn't too bad. I kind of looked like from over there it was a little further than it is. This ain't gonna be too bad getting him out of here.
It's a long ways over here, man. Well, good looking bull,
Make
buddy.
it easier. Yeah.
Way to go.
No, that's
Good
cool.
shot.
Thank you, guys.
That was just about a half mile, man. Not
Yeah.
quite.
Hunting apparel for long-range pursuit provided by Sitka and Kinatrek Boots of Montana. License applications made through Cabela's Tags. Brought to you by Gunwerks, G7 Optics, Nightforce, Hornady, and Caldwell Shooting Supplies.